Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about one of the most interesting looking lights that Wurkkos has put out in quite a while. Now this is the TS26, that's right, TS26S rather. This is a quad 519A light. It is 21700 cell powered and capable of up to 3100 lumens and 191 meters of throw. Now all that comes on turbo, but you do also have 750 lumens for high, 200 lumens for medium, 30 lumens for low, and 3 lumens for eco. Now, in addition to that, you do also have that 3100 lumen strobe mode. And I mean, you can see here that there are quite a bit of new characteristics or a new take on some design from our friends over at Wurkkos. So just real fast, I want to set this down. I want to go through everything in the package so you guys can see all that. Then I want to get it out of the way and focus on the light. So first and foremost, this is the box, Wurkkos TS26S. There you go. You can see a lot of those specs right there. 3 lumens, 30, 200, 750, and 3100 lumens. Up to 191 meters of throw. Let's get the box out of the way, because if you've seen one or any of the recent boxes, you've seen them all. Additionally, there is a Wurkkos user manual for the 26S. Now this is going to give you, again, all those specifications, including a bunch of dimensions and other specs, and walk you through all of those different modes that you have. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Then you do also have a USB-A to USB-C cable, as well as a couple extra O-rings and a lanyard. Now, I usually don't put a lanyard on my larger pocket lights. I'll tend to throw those inside a pocket. So I have a lot of these bags that don't actually get a lot of use, if I'm frank. But let's get these out of the way. And don't worry about this. This is a power bank, so I can show you guys the charging system on this a little bit later. But let's get into those specs again. So this is IPX8 water resistance rated and drop resistance rated to 1 meter. Now that's 6061 aluminum with those really, really cool rifling machine grooves. I mean, this whole flashlight just looks absolutely fantastic. As far as the dimensions, it is 122 millimeters by a 35 millimeter head. And like I said earlier, it is 21700 cell powered. So, I mean, given the size of this, they actually make the battery tube very, very narrow. Not to the point where I feel like there's a lot of stress issues or potential damage you have to worry about, but the amount of rifling or machining that they put in here is very, very interesting. So here we go. I'm going to bring this up so you guys can see this in all of its glory. I do like what they've been doing with a lot of their new buttons and putting the Wurkkos O inside there. But let's keep rotating. Nice two-way pocket clip. USB-C charging. Battery indicator right there. So let's start with the head of this. So you do have, again, those quad 519As. Now, again, 3100 lumens in turbo. I do like that blasted look for the crenulated bezel. Now, this crenulation, these don't show up in the beam at all, so you don't have to worry about that. I sometimes with a little bit more aggressive knurling, or I'm sorry, not knurling, but with a little bit more aggressive crenulations, you will see that show up in the beam pattern, but not with the TS26S. So we'll step down. You do see hot as well as their internal part number, that Wurkkos O on the battery. Now what's nice about this is it's lighting up green right now because I did fully charge it. This does serve as a battery and a charging indicator, with each color representing 25% of that battery life. So when it's charging, and actually, let me go ahead and show you guys that right now. I did go ahead and get this power brick for you so you could see I have that cable unwrapped. Let's go ahead and plug this in and turn it on. And if we plug in the USB-C, you will see red pop up right here. And this will turn green as soon as it is fully charged. And this can be used as a reverse power bank as well. So that 21700 cell could come in clutch if your phone dies while you're out in the field or anything like that. So super, super nice. Let me go ahead and shut this off here just a second. Okay, that's off. Let's get that out of the way. And again, this does serve as not only that battery indicator when you first turn it on, but it serves as that charging indicator as well. You do see some cooling fins in here that looks similar. I've seen a lot of flashlights with this, and it looks like almost like a pocket clip could fit on there. However, it would obstruct the USB-C charging port. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So very thick rubber flap, so you're not going to have to worry about water intrusion. After all, it is IPX8 water resistance rated. So a little bit more of that governmental signage. Now you do have that pocket clip on here, and it's right underneath the bezel, or no, I'm sorry, not the bezel, but I guess the shoulder of the light, you know, the entire head. But so it is sitting right underneath. It is a two-way pocket clip, which I appreciate. The only thing I'm not a fan of is if you do like to carry your flashlights with the beam up, then I mean you're kind of limited. You're going to have quite a bit, probably about 1.5 inches or so, sticking out of your flashlight, or of your pocket rather. So, but I digress. You know, I do wish this could fit back here. However, it is permanently mounted. So let's keep moving. And again, this is my favorite part. I think it's going to be a little bit divisive for some people. You know, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But this rifling or machining just looks on point in my opinion. I think that very, very matte and even anodizing looks fantastic. And I expect, just given how this throws a bunch of light around, I suspect this is going to come in a whole plethora of colors and flavors. Not literally flavors, but you know what I mean. And then you do have that tail cap. So the tail cap has a small lanyard provision. It does sit pretty flat. So if you need to do a beam up shot with your flashlight, you can do that. You know, if you need to illuminate a room or anything like that. But what I do want to do, there we go. I had to grab a pocket knife. What I do want to do is show you that while it is a larger 21700 cell light, now don't use this knife as, you know, a prime example, because it is a beveled and very narrow blade. So you're not going to get the best magnetic absorption, but you can clip this. You can clip this to any ferrous metal surface. So S35VN, it does have iron in it, so it'll work just great for this. But typically, the larger and flatter the surface, the better. So let me get this knife out of the way. And I will pull out that 21700 cell battery for you just real fast. So this does come in at 5,000 milliamp hours, 18 watt hours, nominal 3.6 volts. So this doesn't have any onboard USB-C charging, which you don't need to because it does have it on the flashlight. So let's go ahead. Very, very stiff springs in here as well. O-ring sealed. There we go. And now I do want to walk you through how to use this user interface. So it's very, very straightforward. If you've used any of the S models, let's just go ahead and call it what it is. You have the very advanced Android user interface, and then you have kind of a simple mode. So let's call S simple. So if you've used any of their S lights, the TS11S, you know, pretty much any, the FC13S, now the TS26S, very familiar user interface. So we can start by simply pressing that button and turning it on. And then if you press and hold, it will go between your low, medium, and high. Now, if you want to access that eco mode, you do have to press and hold. There you go. This is 3 lumens right now. And I know this isn't going to show up when we do our night shots, but I wanted to show you anyways. Now, if you want to access turbo, it will be 2 presses very quickly. There you go. This is 3100. The camera did compensate a little bit for it, but that was 3100 lumens on turbo. Now it does also have that strobe and SOS and everything, so we can do 3 presses. There you go. You have that strobe, and if you do 3 more, there we go. And that's SOS. And now let's do 3 more. So this is a beacon light. So you have that beacon on here as well. And if you do another 3, it will go back to the strobe. So 3 will go between all of them. Now, one thing you can do as well is if you press 4 times, so that double flash right there lets you know that you did just lock out your TS26S. What you can do is press 4 more times. That'll turn it back on and unlock the light. But if you press 4 times while the light's on, 1, 2, 3, 4, there you go. It stayed on, but that's because it switched between it switched between the stepped mode. So you have the eco, low, medium, high turbo, and it switched between, switched over rather to a stepless mode or ramping mode. So very, very cool. I'm very appreciative of the fact that this gives you so many features and gives you an easy way to access all of them. But now that we have seen all that the TS26S can do, I do want to get this outside so you guys can see how 3100 lumens from the 4519A emitters looks. So let's get outside and do that.
All right, guys, tonight we are out with one of the newest lights from Wurkkos. We have the TS26S. Now this is capable with those 4 519As of 3100 lumens and 191 meters. So let's just get straight into it. I'm gonna go ahead and press and hold, and this will drop us to our 3 lumen moonlight mode. Now I don't know how well this is gonna translate, but it is pretty visible to my naked eye. Now if we press and hold again, this is going to bump up to 30 lumens. Press and hold one more time. This is 200 lumens. And let's keep going. We're at 750 lumens now. And if I do a double press, this is all 3100 lumens from, again, 4 Nichia 519As. So lots of flood. Again, only 191 meters. So you can tell they definitely focus on that flood. But if you do 3 presses, you do get that strobe, and if we do 3 again, you get that SOS. We do a final 3, and then you do get that beacon, and it seems incredibly bright. But one more time, I will do a double press. This is 3100 lumens from the TS26S. Love the tint. All right, now that we have seen how that TS26S does in the wild, let's go ahead and get back inside.
All right, guys, we went outside and we saw the TS26S, and frankly, I'm a huge fan of the 519A. I love the high CRI. I love the neutral tint. So, I mean, this just looks really good. I love the beam. It's soft. Up close, you can see kind of 4 distinct hotspots. That TIR optic does a good job of I guess, converging all of them into a single beam, and you don't notice any discrepancy between the 4 individual beams once it comes out even, a meter. So you don't have to worry about that at all. Now, I do have to say, like I said earlier, there is one flaw in my eyes. There is one flaw, and I definitely think that's going to be the pocket clip. I think the pocket clip is great. I love how springy it is. I love the fact that it's 2-way. However, I don't love the fact that you're only able to have it right here underneath the Wurkkos logo. I would love the ability to put a pocket clip on this backside and be able to do a bezel down carry in my pocket. I think that would make it all that much more useful. I think it would make it all that much easier to get, and it stays much more hidden, if you will, inside the pocket. So it is a large light, again, 21700 cell, but at the same time, I'd like to be able to carry it in my pocket instead of having, more than a third of it sticking out. So guys, down in the comments, tell me what you think of the TS26S, and I'm going to tell you right now, I've gotten some use. I probably have about 5 hours runtime on the TS26S just from testing and making sure that, I understand the user interface and all that. But I know that I'm going to get an absolute gob more testing and personal experience with this. So I'm digging it so far. I do wish I could change that pocket clip, but outside that, I'm digging the TS26S. And because I'm an Anduril fanboy, I do really want to see the TS26 come out with Anduril. So guys, thank you so much. If you could like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. And on top of that, click on that bell so you guys can get notified when we have brand new lights coming out for review and when we have a giveaway. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.